Thank you for joining me here this afternoon. The time is now 4:56 p.m. Central, 5:56 p.m. Eastern, and you have a live look at a tornado warning for Washington, D.C. This is for the southeast side of the city. This includes the suburbs like Hillcrest Heights, Suitland, and Camp Springs along Interstate 95. If you're in this area, seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows and in an interior room. We've had this storm rotating for quite a while now, and it's about to go right through downtown Suitland. So if you know anybody out here, make sure to send them this stream. Again, if you are on the southeast side of Washington, D.C., you need to be taking shelter on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from windows in an interior room. If you're in a mobile home, you need to evacuate and get into a more substantial shelter. And I'd also like to note, we do have a couple other areas of rotation as well within our line here that could potentially receive a tornado warning over the next couple of minutes. So if you don't already know, we were live earlier covering a big line of storms in Virginia. This is that same line of storms. It is now producing isolated tornado warnings here across portions of Washington, D.C. So again, since this is such a populated area, this is gonna be quite a serious stream here. Just remember that this has happened all over the country many times before. Most of the time, a tornado does not touch down with these little embedded QLCS rotations. So there's no need to panic, but do make sure that you are taking this seriously and taking shelter. This tornado warning was issued a little bit ago, and it's only going to be in effect for the next 3 minutes. But it is quite likely that they will reissue this down the line here. So areas like Kettering, get ready to seek shelter within the next couple minutes. And again, we've also got a couple other rotations here in our line that could potentially get tornado warned as well. This entire line does have a severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour. That does include downtown Washington, D.C. Again, our tornado warning does not. So if you're in downtown Washington, you're not included in the tornado warning, and it actually has just been canceled now. However, we are still watching several little kinks of rotation in the line there. So if you're in this area, make sure that you still are looking out for this line of storms. Make sure that you're moving indoors. No reason to seek shelter anymore, though, as they have canceled that tornado warning. So I'm going to go and pull up stream chat. If anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below. I'll try to answer them accurately and honestly. And let's get right into this. So let me get stream chat up here. Again, I was not expecting to go live so soon after we ended. It really hasn't been that long since our last stream, but here we are. Again, this is a storm that was just tornado warned seconds ago for parts of Washington, D.C. here, if you're just now joining us. What's up, Unknown, Jan, Sam, Kevin, Caleb, Xander, Mr. Twister, Hannah, Jerry. How's it going, everybody? But yeah, we did have a tornado warning just a couple minutes ago for Washington, D.C., if you're just now tuning in. And we still are watching this little line of storms here for a few more embedded little QLCS tornado potentials there with any one of these little rotations. We got one near Chillum, but the one I'm quite concerned about is actually north of Suitland. The one that was previously tornado warned is in Suitland right now. Kind of surprised they canceled the tornado warning already. Again, it was only ever in effect for 10 minutes. We set the stream up as soon as I saw that tornado warning got issued, but we did not have a lot of time, because that was a very short-lived one. The severe thunderstorm warning expires in 1 minute, so we'll likely see them reissue this literally any second for areas and portions of southern Maryland here. Again, how's everybody doing this evening? Again, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve, anyway. Right now it's 6 p.m. on the East Coast, so 6 more hours until New Year. We could be watching a couple other rotating supercells down into parts of southern New Jersey soon, by the way, that could produce isolated tornadoes and damaging wind gusts. We've already got ourselves some stronger thunderstorms developing down in the southern part of the state, moving up towards the Trenton, New Jersey area, Philadelphia, so we'll have to watch those again. Right now they're quite weak, but we could see those strengthen, so we'll see what happens. Again, well out ahead of our line here. Pretty discrete supercells, but the environment isn't anything great up there, so we'll see. What's up, Nance, Joan, Clint? How's it going, everybody? So again, if you're just now tuning in, we just had a tornado warning for downtown Washington, D.C., or for the southeast side of town anyway, for areas like Suitland, Camp Springs, and Forestville. We got a couple other rotations right now on the east side of downtown Washington, D.C., so we'll see if these get another tornado warning or anything. But again, we did just have a very brief tornado warning, first one of the day there for the east side of Washington. I don't think that we've had a tornado warning that close to Washington, D.C. all year until now, so that's pretty crazy. But we did just get a reissuance of that severe thunderstorm warning for our line here. This does include, again, the east side of downtown Washington. This goes out towards Annapolis, Maryland as well, Chesapeake Bay. So everybody in this area, make sure you're moving indoors. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour damaging wind gusts. And we can't rule out a couple of isolated tornadoes with this storm as well. So give me just a moment. So, again, we just had a tornado warning for the east side of Washington, D.C., for anybody just now joining us, and we still have a severe thunderstorm warning for this big-time line of storms here now that it is moving through sections of eastern Maryland, and we could see this produce an isolated tornado really anywhere across this line over the next several minutes, so we are going to stay live for this threat here. Alrighty. So again, that was not super unexpected. I was watching that area of rotation. But again, it was just so quick. I mean, it was gone in a flash. I don't know why they didn't just let it expire. I don't know why they canceled it, because there certainly still is broad rotation there. Again, it's not as strong as it was whenever they issued it, but it was going to expire in 2 minutes anyway, so I'm kind of surprised they removed it. Yeah, I guess I should probably change the title there since we no longer have a tornado warning in D.C., but again, we just did have 1 minute ago for anybody wondering. So we will now change this to severe weather coverage. Live severe weather, we'll say severe thunderstorm in D.C. Okay, so again, our line is just now moving past the east side of downtown Washington. You're 5 blocks away from the severe warning. That's crazy. Again, some 60-mile-an-hour damaging wind gusts and quarter-sized hail will remain a threat for the foreseeable future here with this line of storms. You can see the imaginary severe line. We're now at 3,133 subscribers. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. Again, if you would do so, that would help out the channel a lot. We are now 17 away from 3,150. It's kind of been our goal for a while for the end of the year. What's up, Levi? How's it going? Again, if you're just now joining us, we just had a tornado warning for downtown, or for the southeast side of downtown Washington, D.C., near Suitland. Again, we had quite strong rotation for a little bit, but no confirmed tornado did end up touching down with that. So again, still some 60-mile-an-hour damaging wind gusts here. Definitely some large hail as well, especially in the southern part of this line. Again, this is a very large line of storms. It's been growing ever since we did our last stream here, whenever we were live for this. Again, this is quite a very large line here. Eventually, this will make its way through Delmarva. And again, we do have some stronger thunderstorms developing in southern New Jersey that could become severe within the next several minutes. So we'll watch those as well. Some of these near the Hamilton Township area got quite strong for a little bit. Again, they're not totally discrete, but they are semi-discrete in a decent environment. We've got temperatures and dew points in the high 40s, low 50s, so we'll see what happens. Again, that was kind of the area where I was pinpointing for the greatest tornado threat, really Delmarva in southern New Jersey. But our line strengthened a little bit quicker than I thought it would, and we did end up seeing a brief tornado warning in Washington. Which again came as quite a shock probably for some people, considering they're only in a marginal risk, and it's literally New Year's Eve. But this was always a possibility, and it did end up happening. That's why you should always prepare for the worst here in situations like this. Again, luckily we did not have a tornado touchdown, but we very well could have, if that little area rotation strengthened even just a little bit more. So, again, this line will continue to push eastward here. Address the allegations. I don't know what allegations there are against me, but... Anyways, again, this has been producing damaging winds and large hail ever since we ended our stream. All those little wind damage reports there. Alrighty, so again, broad rotation developing in a few spots of our line here, so we're going to continue to watch this. It is moving very fast. Hurricane Theta, this storm is moving east at about 50 miles an hour here. East-northeast, I'd say. And again, as we were saying the northern part of this line would hit D.C., and that is exactly what happened here. My crypto skin. Alrighty. Give me just a sec. Let me push the stream out here. Alright, So again, thank you all for joining us here on this lovely Tuesday evening. Again, happy New Year's Eve, everybody, within the next few hours. We will be in 2025, which is pretty crazy to think about. So, anyway. Again, rotation and kind of broadening out here, but we did have a pocket of significant damaging winds at one point on the northeast side of Washington, so we'll likely get some wind damage reports of downed trees and power lines. Again, we may end up seeing some power outages in this area, because on top of the gusty winds that were already there, obviously that line produced some significant damaging winds in downtown Washington, likely. Maybe briefly up to 70 miles an hour. And we've had multiple reports of large hail with this line as well, so even though the hail presentation isn't super impressive on radar, it usually is that way with QLCS events anyways, there's going to be some hail there. Alright, just a second here, guys. Might honestly do a New Year's Eve YouTube live stream late tonight. I might as well. We may go live whenever the New Year strikes in Central Time at least, because there actually will be some severe weather still likely to watch up in parts of southern New England, specifically this region here. So we'll kind of see what happens. Again, our line here will likely have swept offshore by then, but still, we may have some interesting stuff to watch. Again, this line has really been the only significant thing that we've had today other than the severe limit winds in West Virginia. Give me 1 second. But yeah, hopefully nobody was traveling there, or hopefully nobody is traveling really still through our line of storms here, traveling to any New Year's Eve parties or anything like that, because this honestly is going to be a decently dangerous line to travel through. Just got a notification here of a report of some damage there from Will. So we'll see what that is. Okay. Not under general. I got some reports of branches down in DC in my yard. No loss of power or anything yet. Guys, don't mute him. There's no reason for that. I feel like we talked about this the other day. Alright, anyways. Let me get back to chat here. So again, reports of tree branches down. Alright, what's up, Peachy? How's it going? Hello, Alan. What's up, Rockets? Don't mute, Will. Alrighty. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we are watching severe thunderstorms roll through the eastern outer suburbs of Washington, D.C. We've also got a storm that will likely become severe warned soon near Tappahannock for some large hail there and some damaging winds as well, potentially. Right now it is a special weather statement for 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. What's up, Mary? Could I get a weather update for Vermont? Yeah, so Vermont actually could end up seeing some snow during this event in the northern portion of the state, in the mountainous regions. You could end up seeing some significant snow, anywhere up to a foot of snow. Again, gusty winds are going to remain prevalent all day long, but down in the southern portion of the state, we could be talking about isolated heavy rain and maybe even a little bit of lightning there, some thunder showers. So that's the forecast there for Vermont. Again, just rain and thunderstorms down in the central and southern portions of the state, and then some snow on the north side. Alright. So, yeah, no problem, Mary. Again, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe. We do this every day for areas all across the country. Again, damaging winds here approaching Annapolis as we speak. Again, right along Highway 4, so if you know anybody that may be traveling out here, make sure they're doing all right, because again, this is a pretty dangerous storm to drive through. Any high-profile vehicles out here along the highway, like semis or anything like that, definitely could get flipped. So we've really got to watch this here, because there's going to be quite a few people traveling through this region, and also significant damaging winds. Thank you, Mary. GFS and Euro show snow all the way down in Florida. They have for the past few runs. Again, I'm not buying that necessarily quite yet, but I think if they continue to pick up on a signal that strong for the near future, may honestly be a possibility, which is kind of crazy to think about. But the new run of the GFS, for anybody wondering, kind of pushes our winter storm event, again, to be a big-time thing for the mid-Mississippi Valley more than anything else. The threat shifted a little further north since the last run, but it's quite similar to what we have been discussing. Again, it still likes the idea of a big snowstorm in Texas after that, but again, now the main threat has kind of shifted from northern Arkansas towards kind of southern Missouri, potentially up to 2 feet of snow in localized regions of southern Missouri. The threat, sorry, gotta turn my sound off there, but for the Tulsa region, we could be talking about a good few inches of snow, good foot of snow in Little Rock if this were to play out. Springfield, Missouri would pick up on a ton of snow. St. Louis would get a good half foot or so. Areas along the Ohio River in southern Illinois would get well over a foot of snow. Areas like Paducah, Kentucky would get over a foot of snow. So if this were to play out like this, again, this would be a significant event, and the GFS and the Euro have kind of liked the idea of that recently, so looking like this could be the big winter storm of the year, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But yeah, we are getting reports of tree branches down in Washington. Likely some power outages as well. Again, this line is now moving towards Annapolis, Chesapeake Beach. We'll get in on this in the next couple minutes. I'm actually very interested in this storm down south by Tappahannock. This actually has a pretty significant hail spike developing with it, so this could honestly be producing some golf ball-sized hail or larger. You got family in that area? Yeah, make sure they're doing all right. Oh, you're talking about for the winter storm. Yeah, that will be big-time, significant event, obviously. And even up in northwest Illinois, you could still get a good inch of snow from this. And again, if the threat does shift back up to the north, you could see a lot more than that. But it's not looking like that's going to be the case anymore. But for a while, we were thinking up to a foot of snow for northwest Illinois. But again, that was whenever we were going back and forth of whether this was going to be a mid-Mississippi Valley thing or an upper Mississippi Valley thing. It's looking like it's mainly going to be a threat for the mid-Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley. Yes, it does have a trace of snow down in Florida. But again, we're going to take that all with a grain of salt at this point. Still too far out to really get specific on stuff like that. But it's definitely quite interesting to see that for sure. But remember, guys, that's over 240 hours out that it's showing snow in Florida. So again, if that signal continues, maybe we'll watch for a trend like that. But overall, nothing to worry about at this point in time with that. It's up Emmanuel from Charles County, Maryland. Charles County. So, yeah, so this line of storms has just passed you. Tornadoes in D.C. So we didn't actually have a tornado touchdown, but we did have a tornado warning for D.C. for a little bit on the southeast side of town. I will be back in, give me like 2 minutes, chat. I'm going to keep the radar up here, and we are going to double box with reflectivity and velocity, and we'll shift this so that you can actually see both of them on your screen. I know my face cam kind of takes up a little bit of space, but we'll keep both these up, and we will throw a BRB on the screen So give me again like 2 or 3 minutes and I'll be right back.
Davis, tornado. I heard it beep, at least. I'm taking my shoes off. Just to make it more comfortable. Yeah, like that could be the more of the top round. They don't have much of the There are some Spider-Man ones in there. I'll take all the Spider-Man ones. They're big ones.
We are back, everybody. Sorry about that. We gained a subscriber while I was gone, so thank you for that. But we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning while I was gone. We got a couple new ones. So, again, the southern cell that we've been mentioning for a while now is down here towards Tappahannock. Tappahannock. Again, this is for quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This also includes Warsaw. And then we've also got a severe thunderstorm warning for areas in Delmarva now. This is for Easton and Denton. Once our line approaches here, some 60-mile-an-hour winds and nickel-sized hail. Also like to note, we got a few supercells developing here just offshore. This one near Ocean Pines is in Delaware, though, so we could see that develop something here in the next couple minutes. But again, at this point, the Tappahannock cell actually is kind of catching my eye. Eating some pepperoni right now. Alrighty. Anyways, again, sorry about that. But this line of storms here will be approaching portions of eastern Maryland here in the next couple minutes, and the peninsula. It will cross over. What is this even called? I don't even know what this is called. The Bird River. I don't know. Whatever this is called, it will be crossing in the next couple minutes. It is the Chesapeake Bay. All right. What's up, random? It's going to be crossing the Chesapeake Bay here in the next couple minutes. I do know what pigs in a blanket are. And again, we got a little cell here near Tappahannock to watch as well, so kind of see what happens with that. Again, if you're just not tuning in, we actually did just have a tornado warning within the last 20 minutes in D.C. Again, luckily it did not produce a tornado, but it did get quite close. And now we've got ourselves a line of storms moving just east of downtown Washington. That's across over the Chesapeake Bay, making its way towards eastern Maryland here. Oh, wow. So we are now measuring DBZ values at 70 with our Tappahannock storm. So, again, this is likely producing much larger hail than quarter size. It also had a hail spike for a little bit, so I definitely think this storm is quite a bit stronger than maybe what the National Weather Service is saying, but maybe they're waiting for a report to upgrade it to that, so we'll see. But Ramey Fork, Mount Holly, Piney Grove, any of those areas, I'd make sure that I'm getting indoors and away from windows. That big-time hail course coming in. Hello, Ghost of Hackleburg Cell. Anything near Lusby, Maryland. It's on the bay and south of Prince Frederick. Lusby. So Lusby is actually included in that severe thunderstorm warning here, and they are going to get slammed here by this line in the next couple minutes with some wind, a lot of heavy rain, and some lightning. So make sure you're moving indoors. Yes, I know it's the Delmarva Peninsula. Thank you, though. We're now at 3,135 subscribers. What's up, Hannah? That tornado warning only lasted 10 minutes. Actually, it only lasted about 5 minutes because it got issued and it got removed before it even expired. But yeah, whenever they issued it, there was only 10 minutes left. And yeah, it did not produce anything. It was a very brief rotation that was strong. So again, a few little supercells here developing in Delmarva and southern New Jersey could potentially become severe within the next few minutes as well. Even if they don't, they're going to have that threat for some isolated small hail and gusty winds. So if you're in southern New Jersey or Delmarva, just expect a stormy New Year's Eve here for the most part from this point forward. Again, eventually this line will catch up here to portions of the Delmarva Peninsula. It'll be there within the next few minutes. It's moving very quickly. East at 50 miles an hour, potentially even closer to 60. It's speeding. Alrighty. Yeah, it's very contaminated because we do have a lot of hail. So, there's not actually rotation there. Again, this line is bowing out significantly, which makes me think damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour are actually a possibility here. So if I'm in, Tilghman Island, Whitman, St. Michael's, Normans, I'm making sure that I'm getting indoors as soon as possible. Again, it's going to slam a lot of wind into those areas. Again, it's been windy all day, I know, but it's about to get even worse whenever the storm does come through here. Again, our Tappahannock storm has some massive hail. 70 dBZs over Ramey Fork as of last scan. Again, all these little baby cells here developing in Delmarva could become severe, so we gotta watch these. Alrighty, so again, these will be moving towards Easton within the next few minutes, Cambridge. Again, our Tappahannock supercell here is kind of detached from our line at this point. Originally it was a part of the line, it's kind of more so its own little supercell now. By the way, in 35 minutes we will have our video out. It will be releasing, discussing our 2025 YouTube goals. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check that video out. Again, we already had a video out today discussing whether or not we hit our 2024 YouTube goals. Thank you guys for the support on that, by the way. It's doing very well, which I do appreciate. Excuse me. Chat, I'm having pizza for supper. That's why I was doing it there. I was making my own pizza. It's gonna be the best thing of all time. And we do actually have some power outages now in DC. So let's actually turn off the wind advisory so we can look at the specific numbers. So we've got 3,000 in Alexandria County without power as of last check. Okay, and that is the county southwest of Washington. Yes, sir. Homemade pizza. Thank you, Jesse and Sam. You having Chinese food? Nice. I like Chinese food. Okay, look at these little bean supercells here just off the coast. Trying to develop some rotation. And those actually would make an approach for kind of the far eastern side of New Jersey here, so we'll see what happens. But thank you to whoever just subscribed. We are now only 14 subscribers away for our end of 2024 goal. We've only got a few more hours, but I think we can do it. We're getting closer and closer by the second. So again, thank you guys for all the support recently. Obviously, I've said that like 1,000 times, but it's been wild. So our line of storms is now entering Annapolis. It's probably starting to get very windy. Again, soon the rain will start to pour. Again, big timeline of damaging winds here. We might honestly kind of throw this out for a thumbnail here. That's not actually a terrible idea. Don't underestimate the blips, for real. Yeah, I think we're gonna make this our thumbnail. This is just such a textbook little QLCS here. So again, I'll get back to chat here in just a second. Alright. So again, just updating the thumbnail here. Give me just a moment, and I will get back to reading chat messages and everything momentarily. Sorry, it's taking a second. Thank you for everybody that's just now tuning in. Again, we are watching severe thunderstorms roll through portions of eastern Maryland as we speak. Trying to make this look just right here. Alrighty, and that is the thumbnail. So let's go ahead and slap that on there. Okay, give me just a minute, guys. I'll get back to chat here momentarily. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. We're now only 13 away. I think at the end of the stream here, we might actually pull up the sub count full and kind of do a little countdown if we do end up getting close enough. You know what? There's a quicker way to do this. Send that photo over to my phone. 38. We are now 12 away, guys. We could legitimately hit it this stream. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, we do this every day for areas all across the country. Last week, we had over 20 hours of severe weather coverage. So again, if your area is ever in danger, we are always here for you. So again, We do severe weather coverage, documentaries on old historic severe weather events. We do winter storm coverage, especially this year. It's going to be big. 2024-25 winter looks a little more active than last year's. Hurricane season we were here covering a lot for. Again, that'll be something we always do as well. So feel free to subscribe. Again, unfortunately, we only really cover United States weather, so sorry to all our international viewers, but if you're interested in weather outside of the United States, this is still probably a good channel for you. Alright, we are back up to chat here. Alrighty. No, it's not Mr. Storm. It's similar, though. How do I do this? It's impossible to click change on mobile. It doesn't actually do anything. And from Europe, I just love weather. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of international viewers. Again, we do documentaries on old weather events, too. So, those are always fun to watch. And I think we may end up doing a video on the Elite Manitoba, Canada F5 at some point, since we're trying to document every F5 tornado. So, if you live in Canada, there you go. Yeah, I can't even change the thumbnail because it's like impossible to do so on mobile. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning including Lexington Park, Maryland. This is for the southern part of our line. 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Puts us up to 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. And you know what? We can just actually do this right now. Watch my incredible thumbnail making skills, chat. You're going to see this process live. You get the exclusive package. I don't know what I'm saying. So let's get QuickTime Player up. We do new screen capture. Sometimes I say Elite. It is LE though, yeah. I have a bad habit of saying that actually. Sounds kind of weird, but I do. Watch this epic thumbnail making, guys. This is going to be way too big a file. Yep, okay. Let's try that again. Oh, gosh. Gonna do something like this. Gonna shrink it in here. Again, sorry guys, we'll get back to coverage here in just a second. Yeah, it's the easiest way to get a screenshot on Mac. Oh, Command-Shift-3? I've never tried that. I always just use QuickTime Player. I don't know how I feel about the red text here. Throw it on white so you can actually read it somewhat. Gonna shrink that in there. I think we can throw it back to red, actually. Yeah. It's nothing spectacular, but gets the job done, you know. So now we go to YouTube. Go to Studio. Yes, Port Arthur is CF3. As well as the Butte, Mississippi, and the other, or the Buell, Mississippi, and then the other Texas one as well. Then we go to Content. Go to Live. Go to the stream. Change. Untitled 6. And there we go. A little bit more relevant thumbnail to what's going on. What's up, Jim? Alright, anyways, back to the coverage again. Line is now moving over the Chesapeake Bay area. Just hit Annapolis with some wind, some hail. Again, the southern part of this line had a big hail threat near Tappahannock, but that has since dissipated, it looks like. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. We do this every day for areas all across the country. Alrighty. What's good, Alan? Alrighty. Again, 4 severe thunderstorm warnings all for our one little line here. Alrighty, welcome back, Sam. Hello from North Carolina. What's going on? North Carolina, nothing too much. Couple of thunderstorms near Winston-Salem. Sub-severe, however. Really just watching Maryland and Delaware at this point. And southern New Jersey starting to get some stronger supercells to build, as we were saying earlier. Got some storms entering the Philadelphia area. They're not very discreet, though. A little less discreet than I anticipated. I was worried that might be a problem for the storms if they wanted to develop anything. It's looking like it will be, luckily. Nothing here. Nice day. Nice. .35 in Northwest Illinois. Yeah, you got some wintry mix this morning. And really everywhere in our lake effect snow regions is going to get a huge heaping of snow from this. And we got lake effect snow warnings up for upstate New York, western New York, northwestern PA, and northeastern Ohio. Alrighty. So for anybody wondering, this will not be a derecho event because it doesn't have enough room to travel. It's also not long enough. But it will be definitely a notable QLCS in the future whenever we're mentioning DC severe weather. Sure did. Nothing to brag about, though. Yeah. Reports of pea-sized hail just southwest of Philadelphia. You ate hail once? I've never eaten hail. Not intentionally, anyway. I might have. At some point, I guess it's possible. Alrighty. Yeah, if you have any friends out here on the East Coast, make sure to share this stream with them. Help us out a lot, and it'll also help them out a lot. 40 degrees in central Maryland. After our Arctic blasts, a good chunk of the country is going to be well below average. Yeah, it is a pretty crazy bow echo. I mean, I would not be surprised if this was producing some 70 mile/hour damaging winds. Once again, we may see them upgrade this warning here, and if so, that would be the only considerable so far of the day. First and probably only. A little bit of rotation with the coast storm. Which one? This one? Oh, Massachusetts. Why did I think Maryland? My fault. I was being stupid. It's just because we're talking about Maryland. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. We do this every day for areas all across the country, and we've been trying to hit 3150 for a while in terms of subscribers, and we're getting very close. 12 away. And if everybody watching right now subscribed, we would hit it. Fun fact. Again, you can always unsubscribe later if you decide you don't like the content, but we were live for over 20 hours last week, so I would appreciate the support. But again, thank you guys for all the support anyways. Recently, it's been crazy. I feel like I've said that about 30 times in the past few days. It really is, though. Again, it would not be possible without you guys. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Oh yeah, but even if only a quarter of the people here that aren't subscribed, then that would still get us there. But anyways, I'll try to stop bringing that up so much again. I'm just very excited. Again, we've got a video posting in about 18 minutes. It will be our 2025 YouTube goals. So make sure to check that out. Thank you, tomorrow. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. We are now only 11 away, but unfortunately, I do have to end off the live stream here, just as everybody starts to join. But thank you all for tuning in. We might be live later if we get any more tornado warnings, but it is New Year's Eve, so I could be relatively busy tonight, obviously, with family stuff. So again, have a great rest of your year, everybody. If I don't see you again, if I don't talk to you guys again, I just want to say one last time, thank you for all of the support in 2024. It's been unbelievable. Again, the goal at the start of this year was to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, and we got over 3 times that. So, unbelievable, guys. Thank you all so much. If we're not here later tonight, again, remember, we will have a video out. And, again, 2025, we are going to continue the grind. It doesn't stop. So, again, thank you all for all the support this year. Massive shout out to all the chat mods for helping out and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for making this my biggest year on YouTube, and I will see you all in the next one. See you guys next year. Peace.